when we are doing research, always be we have to go step by step. Like first we go with the introduction and finding the objective. Few more steps we will talk about. Steps, or we can call as in phases. So one definition is given by Newman. That's a very famous author and philosopher. That Newman said that a collection of methods and methodologies. So in research, we are talking about two things. One is the methods and how we can utilize, how we can assemble these. These are the methodologies. So Newman said that the collection of methods, collection of all methodologies that a researcher, and anyone could be researcher like you are, like I, like anyone, right? Apply systematically. The basic is that we have to apply our methods in systematic way to produce scientifically based knowledge about the social world, about anything. But in his definition, of course, so scientifically based knowledge. Like if I say there are many in universities in India that is available information, but if I say that systematically find the top 10 or the top 100 university, then we have to go with some system that based on what, based on number of student, based on result, based on anything. So that is based on the something on a systematic way. Now this is all about the introduction of research. First question came into the student's mind. I'm not talking about the researcher, but the student's mind, that why and how should I research? Why should I research? Why? Because you need to find some answer, some solution for any problem. And how you should research is basically divided into two things. First is, research is basically a formal way which we can come out in a written way. We have to prepare a report, or maybe kind of any research thing, anything which is into written, and systematically they have some phases. That is a formal research. Like in colleges, what we are preparing internship report, that is a formal research. Research have one more thing. Like suppose I want to purchase a new mobile or a new car, or you want to purchase a new bike, then you will search. You are not preparing any report, right? You will just search on different platform, maybe online, maybe offline, to the retail stores. You just get the information, and based on that information, you just try to find out the result, that which mobile is best for me, because I am looking for this. So what you're looking for, that is your objective. Some might be looking for better memory, some might be looking for better operating system, some might be looking for only iOS, or maybe the best camera, best speaker quality, or anything. So whatever you decided, that is your objective. Based on your objective, you find some information in the available places, and you just go for some solution. So solution is about that you like Samsung, few people are liking Vivo, some other liking iPhones, right? So where we are not preparing any report or something, we are just finding the solution. That is the another form of research, that is informal research. Now, from where we can get the data? So data collection is happening on two way. First is taking the first hand. First hand means it could be from interview. While we are doing some interview, if I'm going for a survey, I just go for a survey. Suppose you are going for a survey, that which hotel is best to work with. Then that you are going to the market, you are collecting information, you're preparing a survey or maybe the questionnaire, and then you are getting the information. That is first hand, while we are making, or while we are coming with the information first time. That is calling as in primary data. Kind of maybe the interaction or the feedback is comes under first hand, that's primary. Second, information already existed. Like if I read any journal, or magazine, newspaper, blogs, article, anything from getting information from social media or anywhere. Like it might be a government notebook or something. So all thing already existed. You are just getting that information and you are using for your set objective. That is calling as secondary data because you are taking it second. You're second time using this. I think this could be pretty much comfortable to deal with now the information. Let's start with the research process. It start from the objective. So before moving toward finding something, we first evaluate or we first write down the objective first. Objective could be different. Object could not be right or wrong. Objective could be what you are looking for. So in this today, I'm within a very small span of time. I would like to tell you about to aware about the required research for work or studies, right? That's a formal and a informal. Now in study, we are talking about study objective. So we have two things. One is a mission and one is a vision. In mission, we are describing our objective that I want to get 90%. It could be I describe that my objective is very specific that I want to work in a top five-star hotels only, or it could be describing that this time I could be the student of the year, right? Then your mission is that you have to explain that how you are going to get the top five-star hotels job, or maybe how you are preparing for your placements. So explanation involve everything, your efforts, your finding ways and everything. And vision is exploring means whatever you decide, then whatever you describe, whatever you explain, how you are going to explore. Do you go into the five-star hotels and get the information, or you met with the people, you met with the HRs, you met with the student, you met with the employees, from where you can explore. So this is in terms of the research while we are doing formally. Now, we are talking about the types of research. This is very important, and even I'm getting this information after a very long time that differentiation between various kind and the types of research. So, first is descriptive and analytical research. These are the two different type of research. Descriptive means, as the name suggested, describe. So, descriptive research is basically a fact finding where we are finding the fact from the available resources, available information, like frequency of shopping. Suppose in a day you are looking for that how many footfall in your hotel. So, you are finding the fact that how many. So, you are going for a research, and this is a primary research because you are getting information directly at your reception area. And this is a descriptive because you are finding the fact. Analytical is little bit different because while you are collecting any data and you are using for any analysis, like in the footfall for a day in your university is 100. Now out of 100, what age and what age people are coming, they are male or female, which gender they are coming, their experience, they are family people, they are individual, they are professionals. So when you are using different kind of analysis from the information, it is analytical. Now the types of research, second thing is applied versus fundamental. Applied and fundamental. Applied research where we are finding the solution of a problem. Suppose the footfall is decreasing from 100 to 80 or maybe 50. Then you have to find out the problem, that why people are not coming. Now in this situation, this is very simple, that due to this lockdown or the disastering condition, the number of footfall decreases, right? So this is applied research where you are trying to find the solution for your specific problem. And fundamental is fundamental, right? Fundamental means that you are going through doing a pure research, a scientific research, mathematical research, space science research. These all are things of fundamental where we are dealing with the pure research based on quantitative methods, quality methods. If you are also dealing with the ISO standard, so you are doing the fundamental research. Third type is about quantitative and qualitative. So quantity is always be dealing with in terms of quantity where we can measure that, maybe in kilos, maybe in meters, liters, wherever, where we have a measurement unit and we can find the quantity. Then, in terms of qualitative is a little bit tough because the quality of the people is again a vague term. One thing could be good for me, the same thing could not be good for you. So, quality is like we are doing research on motivation, or it could be finding the leadership style, or it could be finding a kind of anything related with the theory. So, that is the qualitative research, right? Suppose you are finding that the five different theories of preparing your one food. So if you're researching on the five different theories, that is your qualitative research, that which theory give you the best result, right? Fourth is about conceptual and or maybe versus empirical research. Conceptual research is about the research on abstract idea, any abstract idea, like anything related with the philosophical word. So abstract idea, like if I say that, okay, I will go and find the five different kind of transparent bed sheet. You never find out that, right? Even I couldn't find out. But I would like to search on that, any of the abstract idea, that why we are not having a crystal lamp inside the room, right? Why only the wooden or the steel? So this is like the abstract idea, right? And then versus empirical. Empirical research is dealing into the experiment. Experiment means, suppose you have one product, any of the toiletries you are using at your bathroom. You know your experiment, that why it is kept into the packets, why not or maybe the miniature bottles, why we are not having another thing which could be impressive for the customers. And you do start experiment on that, and you find a new way to decorate your room or maybe the bathroom, right? So this kind of research is experimental. I think I am able to differentiate between these eight types of research. Now, what next? So, in that, based on the definition, we are quite understand that research concerns with two factor. One is what we are looking for. We are looking for fact or conclusions. Then how. So the process is telling about the how. Research is basically a process to finding this answer of how scientifically. Then critically, the critical component, like I'm not from hotel industry, but critical like of this, why some food item are on the tandoor, some are on the gas, some can be best on the electronic way. So critical component, like I never heard that what I did, that I cook egg into the microwave, it exploded. So this is the criticality. When the people don't know, they have to go for finding the answer how, and then the person research finding the data that why it happens, right? Research is also an iterative process because it eventually seek or explain or solve the identified problem. If you're going through with the case studies or maybe the situations at your industry or maybe the hotel, then you find that various kind of problem where we don't have a specific solution. Now we have to start finding the solution. So you evaluate the problem, you just go with the prototype that, okay, this will help you out, this will help you not. Then you are finding the design. Once you find the design, it means you completed your research cycle, right? So this is about the research. First, that all things comes under the objective. We are moving into the methodology. That methodology is what? the collected data in a very rough language, that in a collected data, how we collect data, how we can use it. Nothing. This is methodology, right? So this tell you about use or utilization of your data or information and how you are using. So how is definitely related with the research methods. First thing is the method in which we are going for the qualitative patterns like behavior, like instrument. You are also dealing with or analyzing the behavior of your customers, or behavior of even your boss, or maybe behavior of your colleagues or supervisor. So once you're finding or dealing with the qualitative thing, you are finding the research methods, right? Then instrument, that how you're evaluating the behavior of others, that is your personal observation. So personal observation is your instrument, and you are dealing with the things, that is your research methods, right? Where you are finding the few techniques and try to reach up to the result. Then we are talking about the research methodology. Wherever we use this methodology is, of course, logic creates, that's the science or the study, or a study of methods to find the research. So science or understanding how research is performed methodologically. How many methods we have, which type of research we have, what tools, what formula we can use, and like this, right? So this is research methodology. Here, I want to talk more about the formal research, right? Example, I already quoted that formal research you are preparing as an internship report, right? So, while you are preparing your internship report, you have to work very hard on the formatting of your report, right? So let's start learning a little bit about the formatting. That in the formatting, you are getting a first page from your university or the college side. So this become very easy, that you are getting a format in which, where I have to make the title page, the approval sheet, what thing I have to mention in acknowledgement, preface that shows all thing what you want to cover into it, your research, right? About the food item, about the behavior, about what. Then you mention the table of content, list of tables, and the figures you used in your report, right? This is a one sample of one report. Of course, this is not from your industry, but just like that, the title and this and that, and then the second is to whom I have submitted, by on what year, and by whom. So this is just a sample. You are also getting your sample, I believe, from your university. Now, this is the main thing where we have to put extra efforts and a very genuine information, right? The main body of your report, because every report have some specification or the special comment from the others, right? Okay. Then in your main body, you have to start with your report, writing your report from the problem statement. Then mention few assumptions. Then mention operational definitions, few variables. What is a variables is, right? Then abstract and review of this. So let's start with few things. But first, I want to here mention that the variables. Suppose I am telling you that you want to do research on, one question always in my mind, always, that hotel management, right? We are from management. So what is the basic difference from hotel management and the management, right? Try to find this answer. If you find the variables, so two things. Hotel management is having a two word. One is a hotel industry and the management, and here only the management. So hotel management is having few variables. Based on that, this is study dependent, right? So one is that, suppose I am drinking water, I need water in a glass. So water needs some dependency on the vessels. This is variables on dependency, and the variable at the side only the water, right? So this is about the variables. Let's start with understanding a little bit about the problem statement. Problem statement, nothing is, it is just like a reverse of your objective, and or maybe your objective, right? One or two sentence only, not the very lengthy paragraph. One or two sentence where we explain the problem, why I am going to find the solution of which problem. That is research. So you have to mention the problem very specific in a one or two sentence, right? That suppose you are doing internship with the Redison, right? And there you will find maybe the hygiene in the kitchen, right? So your problem statement could be in a two sentence, that finding the hygiene condition and the qualitative parameters of Redison Blue, New Delhi, right? So this could be the problem statement. Most of the time this problem statement is of the negative points, because we are showing them directly that this is your problem, right? So we are considering sometime problem statements are comes under negative side. And this is my humble request, whenever whosoever preparing the report, never ever copy paste your content, right? Otherwise this is like a sin. Like I cannot take one movie, just change the name and then present it into the somewhere else, right? So same way, we cannot copy. We are finding the information and using in our own word. If you just copy and paste and make your internship report in research language, this is calling as a big sin, right? This is a sin in the this periphery. So please never ever try to do copy and paste, right? And a few more kind of points where we can make our report very impressive. Second point, after the problem statement, that is a literature review, right? It helps to think about literature review means what? You are reading the literature from the related subject. Suppose the same statement I am considering that, just a second. Hello? Hello? Okay. Okay. Then literature review means we are considering that we studied the similar kind of literature from longer or from available resources. Like I just go with the five-star hotels. I found suppose 100 literatures. Out of 100 literatures, I found that okay, 50 is with my related thing, right? 50 are related with my thing. Out of 50, I found that the very relevant literature available with my studies are like 30 only, right? So once I found that only the 30, it means that I just bifurcated the things, right? And then I found the very relevant, that okay, the 10 literatures means we are getting information from various sources, like it might be journals, books, blogs, any of the social media, anywhere where you are getting the relevant information. That could be your literature review, right? So once you get, just try to eliminate and find the very relevant as per your objective, right? After literature review, never ever try forget to mention their references. So we are mentioning the references at the end in two or three different headings. You understand that bibliography is related with the books or related book material, right? Suppose you consider any annual report, then that will be comes under the bibliography. So bibliography is maybe like, here is one example, that this is a book. References, we consider all material we are getting from journals, research papers, white papers, case studies, or something, right? Then work cited. Suppose I wrote some paper and put into the one research gate, and you are getting my paper to write your paper, right? So you are cited my paper or recommended my paper, that you are taking information from my paper to writing your paper, right? So every time please mention these references while you are preparing your literature review, or later on you are mentioning. Because why we are mentioning these references, many of the students and even the professional, they ask that why we are mentioning all the references, right? Because suppose you intentionally or unintentionally copy the same material and paste it into your report, and you mention the references, then it could be justified. But if you copy and paste it and not giving any references or recommendation, then it is not considerable at all, any place, right? So after understanding of this reference work, we gone with the research methodology. Now we are coming with the research section. Once you did this methodology, research methodology, then you are finding some result after applying some formulas or any analysis tools. Like suppose I took this example that the footfalls coming into your university, you find some data, that this data, analyze those data based on the age, gender, biography, their profession, and all other segments. Now what the result, how you can get the result? So this data is could be analyzed on a few set formulas. Like you have to go with maybe the statistical correlation, standard deviation, chi-square, different kind of test, t test, z test, then ANOVA test. अगर बहुत सारे variables हैं, then we have to go with the ANOVA, right? So based on any of the test, you will find the result. Never ever come result directly that okay, out of 100, suppose 58 were ladies, female, so we got the result. No, it has to be correlated with something else, then only it will give the right result. Why only the 58 ladies, right? Why 42 male? So you have to be find out that okay, out of 58, these are the single women or the with come along with the family, or what. Then you will be giving the right result. And of course, you must mention your result either in graphical or non-graphical form, right? This could be in a tabular form. Suppose you created, these are the problems, your study, and your tools, and then you are finding some thing that how you get this data. So what and how you mention all these thing into this table, and at the end of your study you have to mention this table, or mentioning your result in the form of like this, in a non-graphical and graphical. So this is a graphical platform that you find for basic segments, and these are the two other segments, right? Under one segment, what you consider for your study. So what are the analysis patterns, right? So you consider these things. Under booking data sources, you are considered these things, right? And here also I mentioned, I cited this company that I get the data from this software company, right? So whenever you're giving your result, giving your result in the form of graphical or non-graphical, I mention their references always. In methodological section, what we are doing, how we are going with this processes. So we are first research designing, then applying the research approach, then finding the research setting, sorry. The population means the total sample number you used for your study, right? And then the data collection tool, which tool you use, which methods, which formula, which technique you used, and then what you find in terms of analysis, that is data analysis, right? I'm giving you the few idea about this. Once you start with the research designing, as I told you, first we start with the purpose statement, then we use the techniques. Techniques means which methods we are using. I will go for primary research, I'll go for a telephonic interview, face-to-face interview, or what. Methodology says about from how I can collect the data and information. Then any kind of objection it could be happen if so, those kind of if conditions should be mentioned. Your settings, I want to talk more about the settings today. Means suppose 100 word the footfall measurement is that I study for 1 week, and on peak season and non-peak season. So your measurement is like that. You are differentiating your time in a different way, right? And your analysis method, that you go with the chi-square test, or you go with some other test like t-test, or the statistical tool standard deviation, or you just go with the very simple mean, right? So that is about your analysis method. Now, from here, I want something very interesting for you. While we are preparing a report, just care for these three things. Believe me, your report will be excellent, right? So let's start with one by one. That is a font type. Here is a sentence which mentioning in the first paragraph that a nice lady came into the room. She feels and wants to smile and laugh a lot, right? Is this paragraph beautiful? Anyone can maybe give answer on chat, or if they can unmute, please unmute. Is this a paragraph beautiful? I'm not able to see the participants. Anyone? If they can give the answer on chat. I believe that this is a beautiful paragraph, right? But I'm not getting answers, so I'm just move on. Um, a nice lady came into the room is mentioning into the font type as Arial. Then the second is on Times Roman, and third is any Comic Sans. Why it happened? The paragraph, the sentence is really very beautiful, but these are into the three different type, because might be I copied the first line from somewhere else. They used this Arial font. Then I copied the second line from somewhere else. This is into the Times Roman. And I'm taking the third line, might be writing on my own, and it is into the comic way, right? So, what you have to consider here is the work for you before presenting your report to anybody else. Just go to option in select all, and please choose any specific font type from here, right? Select all your material, go to the home, and then find any one type from here. This is the first one. Now I need some answer from your side. Please give your answer into the chat. Do you like this? Now give your answers into the chat very fast. Do you like? Yes, no, don't know.
I'm getting answer in my, they personally putting the answers to me, they are saying no.
No? Okay. Might be. I will say that, okay, might be, right? Why we don't like this? Because two or three things comes together, right? If you don't like this, then how we can like this? Okay? How we can like this means that the first isn't into the a different font type and a different font size, right? This is into 20, this is into 18, and the last one is into the 28. If your report consider like this, your situation is obviously, if you don't like this, the report reader will not like this too, right? So please take care about your font size. Again, go to the select, go to the home, and then select only the paragraph, and paragraph, not select all. So once select the one paragraph, go for the font, and then check the font, right? Earlier you check the font type, now you check for the font size, and then a few kind of the guidelines please follow, that what could be the font size. Title means the topic, then your heading, your body text. The best way to mention in the report is APA style, where we are mentioning this heading into 14 and the rest of the paragraph material in 12, right? Okay, I believe you understand with the size and the type. Now, so we are coming for the justification, justify, right? Most of the time, even I also check the reports of even the professionals. I never like this thing that they are not making report justified. I don't know how you know or not, but this is my duty to tell you that justified means, suppose there is a paragraph you wrote under the introduction. This is the non-justified way, where the ending of this paragraph is uneven, right? And it is not looking good. So what we can do, select all and just press Control J, right? If it is not, then select all, and in the Word format, you are getting on top that there is a four line, just put it in that, right? After doing your justification, the same paragraph is looking like this, right? And it is a justified way, the looks beautiful, right? So justification is another. Okay, again, which picture or which one you like most? Ma'am, I believe that you can give your answer on behalf of your students.
Yeah, yeah, they are actually, there is certain settings that they have putting the answer to me, and they're saying this picture on the right hand side, the
This
Indian
one,
Handi, you can say.
right? I don't believe so. They don't like this because this is salad. Like my kind of people, salad is the least preference, and the yummy food is on the this. Is it the no? I don't believe so. So can I take it this the same instructions over the picture? This one is the likable. This is dislikable. I don't think so. Anyone can agree with this, right? So in your report, uh, the same thing happened, that whenever you are in hurry and you are copying the picture till the picture is not completely uploaded, right? And you just copied and paste. This looks similar like this, right? And once your picture is completely uploaded and then you copy and paste, it will be giving the clarity, right? Clarity of that picture. And always it says that our picture is worth 1,000 words. So whenever you are pasting any of the picture into your report, it should be clearly mentioned. Size of your picture should be justifiable. It should not be a whole page, right? If you are taking, suppose, a kind of, suppose, fruits, right? So one fruit, another fruit, and a third fruit, or maybe a basket of fruit, but it could not be in an enlarged way. Otherwise it become blurred, or it is not giving a right impression to the reader or the marker or the evaluator who can give you the perfect marks, right? So if you want to make your picture a wordful, please make your picture selection very correctively. Size of your picture should be mentioned as per your report area, and then it should be very clear. Okay. Next thing, while you are making your report, is line spacing. Line spacing means the difference between the two lines, right? This is the specified single line, and sometimes we just from wherever we copied, mostly in the books, if you copy like this, they are using the double space. Right. So in one paragraph you are mentioning this, another paragraph you are mentioning this, and your evaluator will understand. Okay, this is copied from source number one, and this is copied from book, and you are just pasting, right? So line spacing is another. How to do the line spacing? Again, go to the home in your Word document, and then if you clearly see a very small kind of this sign, just click on it. You will get this box. In that box, go to the spacing, and then fourth is the line spacing. Here you can select with the drop down that single, double, 1.5, or justified, or whatever, right? And then just do OK. Once you OK, then your file is coming into the one single format, right? So this is all about the beautification of your report. And then few other ethical section which we have to mention in the report. Any kind of research, any kind of research, it might be research paper, journal, book, or anything else. Few are considering as an ethical section. First is the summary, discussion, and conclusion, right? This is the end portion of in any of the written thing. While you are making the summary, before making the summary, just mention your points that okay, suppose मुझे एक पिक्चर अपलोड करना था 5 स्टार होटल का, मैंने मेंशन किया, मेंशन 5 स्टार होटल पिक, मेंशन सर्विस mention housekeeping, mentioning hospitality, other services, right? And try to make a checklist before writing your summary. Before writing your summary, this is very helpful because this sheet will give you a time of discussion, right? Just mention yes or no, that yes, 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 or no. If you forgot these things, just find this thing, whatever you are not finding, and then make your summary by including these things information while you research, right? In discussion or conclusion, again, if after making this checklist you are coming to the complete information, once you go through or getting this information, once your checklist is yes, completely yes, include all information in a nice paragraph and make a proper conclusion, right? Conclusion could not be only 2 or 3 sentences, it could be half, more than half page, or maybe the first page or one page. Tick, right? Then the result. After your methodology, after the beautification of your report, now you're coming for the result. So result is what? Result is the main area which can give you the good appreciation, right? So once you get any of the study, like you made your report in Excel, try to get the data into the Excel very well, every section. Change that data into the bar graph or the pie chart, right? And then mention this the same Excel and the graphs into your report, right? Or maybe you can get only this the chart or the graph, it is also acceptable. Or you can mention in the bar graph which showing all kind of parameters you included, or you are getting this information while collecting the data. At the time of methodology you analyze some data, this is the analyze or finding the final result data which you converted into the bar graph. But wherever you show your result, please try to find into the graphs or Excel sheet, or maybe only the graph or the bar chart, or maybe the pie chart, right? Now come to the conclusion, the end portion. I believe that I have less time, or if you can allow, that will be great. The conclusion is that you get an achievement in your future job too. Once you get the result means you started your research with some objective that I want to place in five-star hotel only. That is your objective. Now you are finding the data about the all five stars in India, all five stars outside the India, and then you start collecting your information. Once you collected the name of that hotels, what you do, you are starting with applying your methodology that I'm not okay with the every language or the culture of the five-star hotel. Based on that, you again eliminate few names. Whatever names you got, then find out that how I can place into these hotels, what are their requirements, right? Once you got the requirement, you start putting your effort that okay, I can be done like this, I can go directly, I can go with the campus placement, I can put some extra efforts to develop my skills. So by this you are finding some result. Based on your result, then you will find the conclusion that okay, I have to apply in these top 10 from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, right? Conclusion is always giving some kind of the better result for the future, and the appreciation is based on your conclusion only, right? So first, what you have to start working off your conclusion on, never explain the same. It means I read and I heard and I know that the people, suppose there is mentioning that research methodology. So we are just writing that we just got the definitions from somewhere that what is research methodology. I just copied and paste, right? They're not asking about the definition, that what is the definition of research methodology. Research methodology means that what you put your efforts to finding your data, right? So you have to mention, instead of copying that what is research methodology from the guru, that is Google or the Wikipedia, go and write in terms of that research methodology. I prepare research design like this. I took the research from primary data and the secondary data, then I make this kind of survey, or then I make so this is my methodology, how I collected data and how I am using that data. So in the internship report, you should never written any kind of just what, how, and this. You have to explain your how. Sorry, right? So never explain the same. What is this? We just get it, we just paste it. That's the reason I told you that never copy paste. Second, charts and bars with explanation. Suppose you mention one chart, table, graph, and below that you have five questions. So mention first question, that why people are looking more cocktails. Right? That is the first question. You got one graph that 55% are looking or interesting into the mocktails. Then your explanation should be that 55% are people are interesting because of this reason. So every explanation with every question has to mention. Last, again, references and bibliography, which I told you. Bibliography is written in APA or MLA form, right? Well, we have two forms. While you're coming to the Word document, at the top, you get 4, 5 formats of writing the references. Go there, find out the APA or the MLA. Till if nothing is mentioned, then we are applying the APA, American prototype style, right? So this is about the bibliography, the book which I took, that this is the name of the book, the author, name of the book, then the chapter, and then from which page to page I took this material information, and the book publisher and the place, and in which year book has written. So this is like a one style. While we are giving the references, like here, it's just like example, I took this some material from this journal. So I just mentioned that the URL of that research uh, paper, and then when it published, what is the publication number, last modified, and everything. So through this, I just referred that I get the data from Mr. Dennis Eddy Bedford, right? So I'm mentioning, I give them some kind of reference name, and suppose I copied this paragraph and change into my own words in 4 or 5 lines, then it is perfectly all right. Otherwise, that comes under sin. Please remember. So this is from my side. Now again, the quick tips, that always use awesome words. Awesome word means like awesome, enthusiastic, energetic, brilliant, opportunities, positive words. This could be awesome words for abstract ideas, but we have to mention keywords of a technical expertise, like you are talking about hygiene. So hygiene, your a few more technical words like food science, food technology, then color language. It could be like any kind of technical words in which your objective is dependent, right? Suppose if I talk about HR, then I will go with the recruitment pattern, right? Selection techniques. So I use Delphi techniques to select the candidate rather than I just select the candidates randomly, right? So we are using with the keywords and technically expertise with the related field. That is good. Now, it is a timeline while you're making your report or any written material. Please make this kind of timeline. First, about your data collection, how much time you take, 1 week, 7 days, 3 days, or whatever. After data collection, how much time you're required to evaluate, right? After evaluation, again, have some time to prepare and re-prepare. After evaluation, sometimes we lost some Excel sheet or something, right? And the recheck. I believe that this could be my last slide, and I extend from the time which I understand. So a picture always reinforce the concept. Any question and answer. I'm very happy to get any question from your side. anything, if it is.
Yeah, I was just checking my chat box and I was saying that, this they are very happy with this session. And mostly they're like, there were certain questions in their mind and you have killed the question in their mind. That's what I can say. And all the important points of, methodology, the techniques, how to do the conclusion, how to write the introduction, bibliography was one main thing where students always had confusion. So this session was a very good session, very informative, and the examples which you have given, which actually made them easy to understand. So, and unfortunately, our time is, we have very less time, and this is a huge chapter which you beautifully covered in this 60, less than 60 minutes. But whatever the session, whatever the information you have given, it was great with great examples. The most important thing is that students should understand the language of research.
Thank you so
So,
much.
so thank you, Atima, for this wonderful webinar and hope to have more webinar from your side.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Rekha, ma'am. I would like to thank to DY Patil University, whole management, faculties, and lovely students and participants. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So that's it, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So we are done with the webinar, sir. Thank you, Aditi, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Yeah, please be take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.